Yeah, I suppose what we're trying to fundamentally do is look after the health and well-being of employees, and the byproduct of that is good culture, good performance, and healthy minds and mindsets. Yeah, and at least might chat through some of the stuff we're doing currently live. But I think fundamentally we're a digital platform trying to really drive the benefits of health and well-being in organizations.
I suppose the way we do that, I guess, through our technology is we target the managers, Shane, and we target the employees, because the way we look at it, managers have such an impact on their teams,
Sure.
their performance, as well as their well-being. I think that's really important way to deliver. And another thing we really emphasize, both at team level and across the organization, is the importance of community. And I guess in what we're talking about today, it's never been more important that you have a strong community, and that's a linchpin in the culture of your organization. So there are some of the kind of things that underpin our strategy and how we look at well-being in a real holistic manner. I guess it's really important to us at PepTalk that any well-being strategy and how we do what we do is sustainable, and that it's not a buzzword in an organization, and that it's about real kind of cultural change.
Yeah, you mentioned that word culture, and like, I suppose it's such an important glue that keeps the whole thing together, because business is all about teams, and you need a team to be motivated and in the right frame of mind. And I think people definitely need to understand their role in the team, and they need to feel secure in their role and aligning with company goals, because it's all about the sum of the parts working together, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And like, you've hit the nail on the head there. That's the core of having a high performing team, I guess. And I think what we're seeing in this kind of COVID-19 landscape is people having to think outside the box on how to maintain that culture, especially where they've worked so hard on having a good one. It might be quite based on their office environment and being physically present. And people have had to think outside the box on how to do that, so that their teams are still performing, because, there's still a business need at the end of the day, and need to keep up productivity. And it's definitely never been more challenging.
Yeah, I think there's been a huge amount of systems and processes that all businesses have had to look at and shine a light on over the last 3 months, because there has been drastic change.
The benefit, just to jump in on the culture piece, like the benefit of, obviously every organization in the world for the last 50 years has been trying to build positive culture, and in sport we look at culture heavily, because a good culture drives sustainable high performance. And I suppose why in the business world you want good culture is like times of challenge like this COVID-19 time, that when you have a positive environment, when managers have good relationships with their teams, when leadership is strong, when you have that teamwork, that selflessness, all the things that you strive for in the sporting world, in the business world, it's just exactly the same. That when there's challenge, a strong culture, people row together, they look out for each other, they have conversations. There will be challenges through this period, and a good culture, an organization with a strong culture, will be able to meet these challenges head on and help their employees get through it. You know what I mean? And we're trying to provide one of the parts of that building that proper culture, and that's a healthy culture. Around looking after the individual on a human level. There's loads of technology that helps your workflows and your teamwork and your tasks. We're very much managing that human connection, that Watercooler moment, that a community piece that's not there when you're working at home, sitting at home on your own, and everyone's demographic at home, everyone's environment is different, and it can be challenging.
You make a really interesting point, Bernard, because I think we're all using Teams and Zoom and Skype or Google Meet, but like, it's very one-dimensional. Like it forgets everybody lacks that kind of conversation in the office, the crack that they were having with their team physically, and it's trying to kind of stir that up again virtually. It's tough. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah, and we've kind of come to that word of the water cooler moment, that's what's gone in the workplace. That even on a work problem, if you have a work problem and you had a colleague who were sitting across the beside you, you could ask a question, you could share an idea, you could solve little business problems, or on a personal level, you can have those. How was your weekend? You can have that relation, you have a bit of banter. When you're sitting at home, yes, you have interactions at times through a work platform, a Zoom or a Teams, Teamwork, or any of those, but you're just working. You know what I mean? You're not having any human connection conversations or anything like that sometimes go kind of unappreciated in the day to work. But human beings are built that they want to be part of a tribe. They want to feel part of something. They want to feel a connection with people, and the workplace is a big part of all of our lives. And having your teammate, your colleagues there that you're friends with, and all that stuff is so important to the mental health and stuff of people, and fundamentally to the performance as well, which is obviously a key driver.